the whole idea of Bitcoin is it's perfected, engineered gold, crypto gold, with none of the defects of gold. You can't mine any more of it. It's weightless. I can move it at the speed of light. It never decomposes. I can break it into 1,000 pieces in a second, send it to 1,000 places, and recompose it, all using a computer program.
Earlier this year, Michael Saylor broke down how Bitcoin keeps you more autonomous than any other crypto, currency or commodity in the world. While the dollar and gold can be manipulated by the powers that be, Bitcoin keeps the power in your hands. Let's check out what he has to say, and don't forget to do some liking and subscribing while you do.
The world is an imperfect place. There's 8 billion people on it. There are many, many governments that are coming and going. Economics and macroeconomics and political economy is a hotly debated discipline, and there are a lot of people debating the cause of economic malaise and the cause of wars. And then there's a lot of people that have opinions about how to run governments better and how to fix problems. And each of those is 100 different fields. I think that I'm humble enough, and I think it's important to be humble enough to realize that you can't necessarily solve all the problems or even necessarily understand all the nuances in all those areas. And the most constructive way to think about Bitcoin is the first and the most successful digital monetary asset. It's an ethical digital commodity without an issuer. And the Bitcoiners would say the problem is that individuals don't have a way to store or save their wealth. That's the problem that Bitcoin is addressing. And Bitcoin is an engineered network to offer people a decentralized, permissionless, open, ethical way to store their wealth over long periods of time. It doesn't solve a bunch of other problems, but it is engineered so that people have the option to trust a bank in cyberspace run by software instead of trusting the Lebanese bank or the Argentine bank. If you made the wrong decision in Lebanon, you have no money. Okay, so this is an analysis worth doing. We can't tell the Lebanese people how to fix their government. I don't know how to fix that, right? All I know is that I can teach you how to store your life savings in a digital asset that you have some semblance of control. And if the government in Lebanon decides to tax Bitcoin 10% a year, you can move your Bitcoin and move yourself to save your life, but you can't move your building. Yeah, and you can't go to an airport with a bunch of bars of gold. So there's a constructive analysis to be done here. It is a solution to some people. And I would rather just offer a constructive solution than spend my time debating the problems in the world, of which there are numerous.
Saylor goes on to explain that Bitcoin is the only currency or commodity you can keep completely to yourself without any involvement from a separate entity. You hold the only key to your castle.
So the whole idea of Bitcoin is it's perfected, engineered gold, crypto gold, with none of the defects of gold. You can't mine any more of it. It's weightless. I can move it at the speed of light. It never decomposes. I can break it into 1,000 pieces in a second, send it to 1,000 places, and recompose it, all using a computer program. And I can take personal custody of it. Maybe the most powerful two ideas are: I can hold possession of $1 billion of Bitcoin in my head, just holding a password or a set of private keys. That's a pretty big idea. Maybe the first time in the history of the human race that you can actually take possession of your wealth and take it to the grave with you, or take it anywhere else on earth with you. And even if I put a gun to your head, the most I can do is kill you. I can't take it. Mm-hmm. And this is a very interesting idea. Every other form of property in the history of the human race, I pull the gun, I get it all. Right? My incentive is to violence. With Bitcoin, I pull the trigger, I get none of it. So the incentive is the negotiation. I'd rather have half than zero, right? And it's a very interesting idea, big idea. And the second big idea is...
I just got super intimidated, by the way.
Yeah, the second big idea is it's a virus. It's a cyber virus. It's a chain reaction in cyberspace, or it's a life form in cyberspace. Bitcoin is a bank in cyberspace run by incorruptible software, and the software itself is going to basically protect your money. The problem with software is I don't trust the computer it's on. If it's on a single phone, I can seize the phone and reprogram the software. So if I came up with a bank that was run by software, how do I prevent any human being from corrupting it? The thing that makes it incorruptible is I release thousands, tens of thousands, or hundreds of thousands of identical copies in cyberspace, and it's self-replicating, and all of the copies keep track of each other, and when one of them is corrupted, it gets kicked off the network. So you could think of it as I released a life form, plankton, or a virus, and I let it go, or a swarm. Now, you're a part of the swarm. I shoot you, it doesn't help. You have the genetic code. I shoot you, it doesn't help. I obliterate all of, the algae in the Atlantic. Won't stop it. I eliminate all of the bacteria in your body. Won't stop it, right? It's a virus. It's going to keep spreading. And the beauty of the system is it's in essence this chain reaction in cyberspace, and the only purpose of the chain reaction is to protect the integrity of the network. There will never be more than 21 million Bitcoin. So what you've got is truth and integrity released as a cyber virus, and you can, if you choose to join that network, you avail yourself of all of the benefits of that network.
How many of the 21 million Bitcoin have been mined already?
About 18.5 million.